You know those street interview adverts you're seeing all over your feed, you know, where someone walks up to a stranger, asks them one question, and then that one question somehow sells you a perfume? Well, that exact format I actually invented, and I still ended up borrowing money from my dad to get me back home from Thailand. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna tell you absolutely everything from the stranger in the camera shop that changed my whole business, to the free shifts that took me from roller coaster 2 to 3K months, all the way up to 10K, 20K, and consistent 30K months. And as well, if I don't get hit by a car beforehand, I will show you the actual screenshot of a 12K a month client that actually found me. I didn't pitch him, nothing like that, but that's coming at the end, so make sure you stay for that part. So let's give a little bit of quick context, because the fall's only gonna make sense if you know how long I actually chased this. So I started beatboxing at 12.
Let's get funky.
That was always my dream. I did it for free for years and years and years. Then when I got to university, I got my first real paid job, which was a contract at Butlins, like a holiday park. And then on and off, I was doing holiday parks. I was doing one-off jobs here and there. Then I got a cruise job, and then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, the work slowed down massively, and I thought I need to make some online money. So what I started doing is I looked at trading. I got scammed. I looked at e-com, didn't try hard enough. I did all these online jobs, all these different things. I tried pretty much everything, but I never actually put my focus fully into one thing, because I had beatboxing, you know, I did battle rap, I did rapping, I tried producing at university, I was doing music production, DJing, everything. I never had no real purpose, no real one thing that I actually did. Beatboxing was the only thing that brought me money, the only thing that I actually committed to, but I was still scattered with what I wanted to do. And then I was also doing bin cleaning as well, but basically with the beatboxing thing, I never really wanted to get a full 9 to 5 job, like a full-time job. I was doing a lot of part-time stuff, 0 contract hours, because this way I could still keep the dream alive with beatboxing. However, I never really had one focus. I wasn't lazy, I was directionless. So one of the guys I met through networking with the beatbox scene and the battle rap scene was actually an owner of a big battle rap channel, and he wanted me to do street interviews at festivals for him. So what we'd do is we'd interview different DJs, people at the festival, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, me and him fell out. But when we did fall out, I saw something in this street interview stuff. Obviously, I was still beatboxing. My channel was always around beatboxing. All the content I made was around beatboxing. But I liked these street interviews, and I saw something in it. I felt something. So short bit of context, I did a beatboxing advert for an ice plunge, and I also was interested in perfume, and I wanted to get some free perfume, but I realized that beatboxing and perfume don't really go. So because I fell out with the guy and I'm still doing these street interviews, I thought maybe street interviews could work with an advert. I thought, how about I just get people to test it out on the street? So I did. I messaged a bunch of perfume brands. I got a free bottle of perfume. I did the video, and then it did quite well. So I started messaging more people, and there was another brand that I worked with, which is called Enjoy the Drop, and this was a like mushroom gummy sort of thing. Anyway, I did the video for mushroom gummy, and they said to me, oh, we've got really low CPA on this. And at the time, I didn't even know what CPA is. By the way, CPA is cost per acquisition. So how much money they've got to spend on the ad in order to get a sale. So I thought low CPA was bad, but it was good. So originally their CPA was around £10, and we got it all the way down to £2. And I can put a screenshot right here, because I've still got it. Because this was like the thing that it started to click. It's like, oh, if I can make businesses like more money or save them more money, this is something more than beatboxing, something as a necessity, as an entertainment thing. This is something that brands actually need. And then this is the day that I learned that brands don't buy videos, they buy outcomes, which we are gonna talk about a little bit later. Anyway, once I got that testimonial and I had a few videos, I put it up on Fiverr, because Fiverr I did beatbox classes on beforehand, but I never had anything to do with adverts. So I thought, you know what, let me stick it on there. At the time, no one else was there doing it. I was the first person to do it. There was no competitors whatsoever. And one of my first actual competitors ended up being someone in my team. But again, we're gonna talk about that later, because we need to build it up. But yeah, I went all in on Fiverr, and then within a few months, I was doing 2K, 3K, and sometimes, if I was lucky, 5K months. And then after a few months of my first bit of success in this new found street interview advert, I basically stopped doing every other sort of work, beatboxing work, anything else I was not doing now. I was going all in on this. And then after going all in on this, I treated myself. I wanted to go Thailand. I'd never left Europe before. I've got a bit of money to do it now. So I thought, let's go to Thailand. I felt rich, but it wasn't the case, because the people I was with there, they wasn't doing the same thing as me. They weren't really working. So it ended up just being a holiday, partying when I was supposed to go there to scale up my business. This was not the case whatsoever. Partying every night, not filming. I lost discipline. Anyway, while I'm in Thailand, some people wanted UK jobs, so I've got 2 people. One guy that was a host that I still loved and I still talk to this day, and then the other guy was the cameraman and editor. And this cameraman and editor asked a lot of questions. He was always asking me, how can I do this? How can I do that? What can I do on Fiverr? And I basically helped him out. I was his mentor for a good few months. And I just says, look, at the end of the day, I don't mind giving you a load of free information. However, you can't take all this information to try and put it on Fiverr and become a competitor, because then we can't work together, because I can't give you work and then you take jobs off me, because at the time, like I say, there was not many people doing this on Fiverr. A few people copied, but this was still, you know, very, very new at the time. So when this guy actually owed me some work, he sent me over a link, and I thought this link was to, you know, him to give me the work that he owed. It wasn't. It was him copying my exact offer on Fiverr. He's went behind my back and he did the exact thing that I told him not to do. So then I've just lost my team back in the UK. So Fiverr was going downhill. I wasn't doing jobs in Thailand because I couldn't. So this literally really put a big halt on my career, and I lost all of my money in May 2024 in Thailand. Nothing was left. So the first bit of motion I was getting, it's gone already. And this is the part where I had to call my dad. So I said, Dad, I need help. I need you to send me some money so I can fly back home. And I promised him, I says, look, you're gonna get the money back quick. I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna get it done, I promise you. This was the most embarrassing call of my life. I'm well into my 20s and I've got to borrow money off my dad. However, when I got back, end of May, June 2024 happened to be my first ever 10K month. So for months and months and months, I had about 13 active orders on Fiverr at all times. I was working like a dog and I paid my dad back, obviously. However, after this, there was a pattern. Or there wasn't a pattern actually. It was a 10K month, then it was a 3K month, then it was a 5K, then it might have got a 10K, then it was a 1K. So although I thought I was onto something and I thought that I finally made it, there was no actual consistency. And this is the exact thing that this video fixes, because before, back then, I didn't know what I knew. I had to work out everything myself because I didn't give anyone any money. I didn't like get a coach. I didn't do any sort of mentorship. I was being my own mentor, and I'm not a very flipping on the ball guy. I'm not the most organized person in the world. I just sort of wing it and hope it works. So then I decided I'm going back to Asia again, but this time I'm going to Bali, because Bali's got less distractions than Thailand, if you know what I mean. The herbal kind of distractions. But yeah, Bali is a little bit less distractions and there's more network there, and like it's an easier place to lock in. I'm actually here right now. It's like my good luck charm. But when I got to Bali, my camera lens broke. And just to give you even more context, we are here right outside of the very camera shop that changed everything. And that camera shop I told you about, we're outside it right here. This exact camera shop right here. This is where my business changed for the better. So, like I said, I had a broken £700 lens, and in the days of beatboxing, this would have pretty much destroyed me financially. But I was onto something new. I've already done a 10K month and we're sort of building it, we're rebuilding it. So we'll go to Bali to rebuild it. But straight away, I got a problem. My camera lens is broke. So I found a camera shop, this camera shop right here, and I went in there. I sorted out my lens, and while I was sorting out my lens, a random stranger, he obviously saw what I was doing, and he said, do you make content? I said, yeah, obviously, I'm getting a camera. Of course I'm making content. He said, oh, I help people like you scale their business, blah, blah, blah. I was looking for someone to help me scale, but I was thinking, is this another Andrew Tate wannabe guru sort of guy? And I was a little bit dubious, but I said to him, let's do it, let's have a meeting tomorrow. He pitched me his meeting, and his promise was consistent 10K months, which is what I always wanted. I was scared to invest, but I paid him 4 figures every single month. This was more than anything I've ever gave anyone. And this is all while I'm still rebuilding from being broke. 2 months in, I was convinced I was getting scammed, but then the 3rd month hit, and I got that 10K month and extra, and since then I have not had a bad month. Paying when it was scary was actually the best decision I ever made for my business. Free information kept me at these inconsistent 3K, 5K, even 1K months sometimes, but now I finally invested. It pushed me to actually do the things, because I was thinking, if I'm spending all this money, I need to do the actual work. What I paid for was speed and someone actually making me act. Roland didn't change any of my skills whatsoever. I was still the same person, but what he did change is my identity. So I went from being a freelancer, a sort of creator that sort of sells videos, to actually selling outcomes, actually being a true authority in the space. He rebuilt my offer, got me a website, and then he finally taught me how to sell outcomes really, because I knew this beforehand with the other brand, but I didn't really put it into practice as much as I should have. And the most important thing, he helped me build a team which put the pressure off my back and help me really sort of focus on the real things that needs me and not needs other people, if that makes sense. And yeah, you know that thing I told you about where I earned 12.5K every single month? just from one client? Well, that client actually found me through my website, that role, and built me. And before, this was the thing that was holding me back. I didn't have a website, I didn't have anything official, I was just going off vibes and Google Drive links. And like I say, the screenshot is coming at the end, I promise you, you've got my word. And Roland, he teaches all types of creators, and what I do now is that, but sharper. I teach UGC creators in the format that I created while still running the agency that built everything. I'm not one of these guys that made their money through coaching. I made my money from the agency and now I'm teaching it. So now maybe we'll make a little bit of money out of the coaching, but you know, so far it's been agency and I'm still running it now day to day. I've been broke, betrayed, platform dependent, inconsistent, then scaled, pretty much everything. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you've been feeling, I have felt and I've done. So keep watching this video if you don't want to make the same mistakes as me. Quick pause in the video because I want the right people to hear this next part because it's crucial. If you're looking for a zero investment thing that you can do from your phone with no work, then this is not it. And that is absolutely fine. So enjoy all the free content, all the free videos and value that I'm giving on my channel and press subscribe. But if you make content, you're serious about it, maybe you've already been paid, you're doing anywhere from 500 up to 3K months and it was a roller coaster just like mine was. And you're willing to invest and speed up the process just like I was in that camera shop, then the next 60 seconds is for you. So make sure you screen record or screenshot this next bit because it is the most crucial part of the video. When I rebuilt my business, I turned this into a 5-phase system. I call it proof to profit, offer, proof, pipeline, sales, scale. And the first 3 shifts are the shifts that took me from inconsistency all the way up to consistent 10K months, then consistent 20 and 30K months. And I'll give you them right now. Phase 1 is the offer. Start saying, I lower your cost per acquisition, I boost your ROAS. Basically tell these companies the things they want to hear because no one cares about pretty videos if it's not going to make these businesses any money. So that is number 1 and possibly the most important one. Then you've got to build one productized offer. That means a fixed offer that brands can buy off the shelf. This many videos, this outcome, this price. No custom quotes, no it depends. That's how $150 videos turned into $5,000 packages. Phase 2, proof. Proof always beats followers. A case study that shows the results that you've got your clients is always going to beat the number of followers, the number of likes, the engagement, all that stuff. No one really cares about all that. What they really care about is saving more money or earning more money. And I know if you're already making UGC videos, you've already been paid for work, you are sitting on a case study, you're sitting on gold right now. So make sure you get that client to give you that in writing or in a screenshot, works even better. Write 1 sentence, I got this brand, this result in this time frame. Easy. Put it in your bio, put it in your pin post, put it everywhere. Make sure people know these numbers and that you got them for this brand. Phase 3, pipeline. Just like me, I had Fiverr, that was my main thing. But if one platform can kill your income or one client can kill your income, make sure you've got a pipeline. So get everywhere. Don't just rely on one thing, especially Fiverr, because you could get your level lost overnight like I did and then work dries up. If you've got one client or one platform that can kill your whole business, you don't actually have a business. What you have is a boss that you can't see. Daily outreach, posting your own content, all these things make sure that the pipeline keeps moving and you're not just gambling it. And you know, although some people love a little bit of a gamble, it's not the way to do it in this business. No 0 days, every single day you are working on this. You don't get any days off, unfortunately. So if you want to do this because you want days off and you want to live a lazy life, it's probably not for you. Every single day, either you contacted a brand or a brand found out about you from your content. Phases 4 and 5 are sales and scale. Stack the retainers and then build a team so this business doesn't rely on you and other people are still going. So you can come to places like I'm here in Bali and you know, it's still feeding itself. And these 2 phases here are what I work with people on directly. So I nearly walked away from the guy at the camera shop. So maybe you watching this video right now, this is your camera shop moment. If that description was you, DM me the word proof on Instagram. And after you've messaged me proof, also in that message, make sure you tell me how much money you're making from content right now, how much money you want to make from content, and what exactly is stopping you from doing that. I'll take a look at it and see if I can help. And if I can't help, then I'll tell you that as well. When I work with someone, it is me one-on-one, you know, not no other people that I've hired. It is me and my team that have been with me from the start. We look at your sales calls,
we build up your portfolio. And another thing, my best students don't even find their own clients. I actually, because I run an agency and I'm actually doing this, I will give people jobs from my agency directly, because as you see, I'm in Bali right now. So we need people in the UK, in the USA to fill the jobs. So, you know, you're basically getting free work handed to you by working with me. So we're only taking on a handful of people this month. No link, no webinar, just proof. And that word right there, it's not random, it's the whole system. Proof to profit. Oh, and I promised you this, so let me find it. There it is from that brand. 3 months we worked with them for, and then they basically stopped working with us because they stopped doing Instagram. 25% of this was through a crypto coin, so let me just prove that as well, just if you don't believe me, because I know no one believes anything they see on YouTube anymore, but here it is. Regarding the invoice, it says, if you can see that there, I'm not sure, it says, we'll pay 25% of it in their token, so obviously I earned 20k in English from this one brand, 25% add on top of that is I got paid in the token. And obviously in the token, I could just run it whenever I wanted. I could leave it in there, or I could pull it out as soon as I wanted to. But yeah, there it is. Like I say, that was what we earned in 3 months. We only worked with them for 3 months because they changed their strategy. But as I've shown there as well, 25% of that was put into a crypto coin, which I could pull out at any time, and which I did. So I think 25% on top of 6k is 9k in English, which is around about 12.5k US dollars, or it was at the time. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click the link in the description. I've got my Instagram there, my Typeform, everything you need to basically work with me. It's all there. So thank you for watching.